Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Glad to have you here. Today we have another Empire versus Greenskin matchup. And I think this is a very meta build right here. You can see I have my Savage Orc Rush army over here. With a main line of Savage Orcs, some biggins on the flanks, Orc Boar Boy biggins, some Morgub's Mangy Marauders is a nice addition instead of one of these Savage Orcs. To keep a lot of the air units off of you, and that's why I like to have these guys. They are also pretty good against greatswords and just kind of annoying them, preventing Flocks of Doom from going down unless you overcast it. So a lot of really good uses there. And I have my little goblins. The queen, of course. Got an orc war boss here in her legs. It's a little weird, and I have some goblin spearmen supporting this orc shaman. Vetted up with the money I had left over. And so this is the very meta build I was talking about. So he's got some meat shield here of swordsmen. Behind them he's got some great swords. He's got the Royal Altar of Griffites, anti-large, and he's just got regular demigriffs with lances for anti-infantry. Here he has a Jade Wizard, and that is to support this Griffin just squad. And so both these Amber Wizards, they don't have anything except I think the magic Arcane Conduit and Karl Franz here. And so initially I did not, oh well, on this side as well he has some Empire Knights, so something to be aware of. And one thing I did not notice, I saw Karl Franz and I don't know what it was, but I immediately thought this was going to be over in like 10 seconds. But it is a very good match here. And that is because I did not see this Jade Wizard. I thought it was like a light wizard or something, and I really should have seen that. So I'm going to start off with some early skirmishing with the Morgrub's Mangy Marauders. Go poke at his greatswords a little bit, I think, is the plan. You can see just this crazy amount of armor-piercing damage flying around. Just so many griffins. See these great swords taking a little bit of HP damage, but not much. But these guys will be pretty good if they just end up shooting at Karl Franz, and that's what they're doing here. But I'll take that. My spare arrows are going into the infantry line. And, you know, I'm not like running away, but I'm going to try and use these guys as much as possible. Getting my wolves a little close there, I think. You do have to be careful. If they're not on skirmish, you can actually get these guys caught pretty easily by a flying goon squad. Over here, I'm posturing with some Orc Boar Boy biggins. Didn't want kind of these Empire Knights on the hill, so you can see pushed him back on this side. And the main lines are going to engage here. I really don't like contesting the hill in this map. I really don't think it's worth it. And neither did my opponent, who kind of deployed off to the side here as well. And here we're going to get our charge. We're just going to destroy these spearmen, these swordsmen. One thing I do have to worry about is these greatswords. Here comes my hero squad, but he pushes a little too far in, so these Demigryph Knights and the heroes are going to get in here. Definitely not what I want. I was microing elsewhere. My Boar Boy biggins are going to get in here, but it's going to be a little late, as these heroes have already done almost half of my spider's health. You can see great use of these marauders here, just shooting in the back of these greatswords, kind of evening up this fight, whereas you can see on this side they got crushed pretty spectacularly between the Empire Knights and the greatswords. They're winning on this side with the terror. But you can see here already my Ragnarok spiders going down here, but I do have my biggins in. I'm routing off these Empire Knights, and I've won most of the infantry brawl. There's just one greatsword left. Here come my Mangy Marauders coming in on the heroes. But over here, being all sneaky, is a Jade Wizard, of course. And so here you can see there all these guys' health dropping, Awakening of the Wood going off, proccing that healing lifeblood as much as possible. You can see my hero here taking some damage from the just mass of Amber Wizards. You can see here, it doesn't matter how many times I route these guys. Man, even when they're routing, it just heals them right up. And there's really not much I can do about it. And I'm not realizing this. I'm kind of just in the blob mode. And as I just route these guys off, they're just going to get Earth Blood and then heal again. Again. I pull my Orc Boys out, and I'm going to charge them back into these Empire Knights, still not realizing kind of what's going on. But at this point, the Jade Wizard is kind of close. And I'm bringing my Spider around here to try and deal with him. And you can see Karl Franz here in the middle, getting swarmed. Really low morale. I can just finish him off. Oh man, oh, here comes the Amber Wizard throwing my little goblin. And, of course, I could have, yeah, there we go. But my Spider is at very low health, so it's not going to go too well. I'm over here, I am running out of ammo. You can see I keep almost routing Franz. Wavering. Oh, there goes my Spider in the background. They are broken. Here comes a Foot of Gork on the remaining greatswords. But Karl Franz again is just going to sneak away. The Amber Wizards are going to come back in with full health. Oh man. Here you can see going to route the Amber Wizard again. Karl Franz over here, shooting into the back of these battle chickens. It doesn't matter. Route them off the field. At this point, I'm just like, what is going on? How am I not killing these guys? Great swords. I can't even believe it. Oh man, Amber Wizard broken again. You can just see the ridiculousness going on here. There is like, and no matter how much I click the Jade Wizard, it doesn't matter. Karl Franz at like 1 health. Again, the Amber Wizards all coming back. I'm gonna charge in my Wolf Riders. They're not gonna do much, sadly. And now Biggins, what do I got left? I got more of these guys. My General's coming back. My Orc Shaman's still in the middle here. I got a Goblin Big Boss. But nope, with Awakening the Wood, it's just gonna give them that extra health that they need. My guys are going to start to rout. My Boar Boy Biggins trying to get in here to finish him off. Just finish Karl Franz off, that's all I need. They're all at such low morale. Oh man, but the greenskins morale is going to get me here. You can see all my units chain routing. Karl Franz at like 1 health. The Amber Wizard at 1 health. These battle chickens at 1 health. Oh man. I think I routed Karl Franz a couple of times. I routed each of the Griffins 3 times, but it doesn't matter. This giant just death pile here in the middle. And there's just going to be too much terror here. And I'm not going to really be able to put down any damage on these guys. Everybody's exhausted, but it doesn't matter. I just 1 health. I just need like 1 good hit. But I'm too busy attacking everything else. My Orc Shaman is attacking this Jade Wizard, but it's just not doing it. So you can see here, very close game. But just with all the terror, my greenskins are just going to break as they get back into range of the terror. And the Savage Orc Rush is defeated. I think this is the first time that army has ever been beaten. It was devastating. I came into that with such confidence. I was like, Karl Franz, who does this guy think he is? That's silly. Boris Todbringer is the way to go. But I was wrong. You gotta watch out for that Jade Wizard when you see Karl Franz in the field, because that healing is so good on him, because his only weakness is the lack of healing. So if you can bring that Jade Wizard along, it can really do some good work for you. And so definitely like this army from Achilles. And I was so close to getting in the hundreds. And this sent me back up to like 120 something. So it was just, it was very sad. But I wanted to show you guys the first Savage Orc loss here to Achilles. Just really, really cool army there. I'm just like, I wish I had just killed those Amber Wizards. Man. But let's take a look at the kills here. You can see not very many kills here. Good kills on Spore Boy Biggin. Good kills on this Biggin. Decent kills on some of these Savage Orcs. Definitely a lot of HP damage from these Morgrubb's Mangy Marauders. If they had had just a little bit more ammo, I think this would have gone a different way. But you can see here, great kills on almost everything, except for these like Empire Knights maybe. These Amber Wizards definitely just there for taking out heroes and stuff like that, so doing their job, and 30 kills is not bad. Yeah, great kills on the Great Swords, 108 on those Demigryphs, 70 on these guys. I think definitely a mistake I made also was not using these guys to run down the stragglers as they were routing. You saw those Great Swords come back into the fight, some of the Demigryphs after they routed. And so that would have been a great way to use these guys to kind of mop up. And you know, they don't have much ammo, you can still kind of use them cost effectively, even if they're spending a portion of their time just running down some routing units. But anyways, good game to my opponent, and you guys should take this army out for a spin, see how it goes for you guys, and talk about it in the comments. I'd love that. Anyways, thanks for watching, and that's that.